بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum, my dear children, and welcome after a long break to Babel Ilm storytelling. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so happy to see all of your beautiful faces here. And are we ready for a fun session ahead? Yeah? Lots of learning, inshallah, and some fun activities at the end. Okay? So, we know that this month, the Islamic calendar, is a sad month, right? You know which month it is? Yeah, the month of Muharram, right? And if you remember the Islamic month song that we used to sing before, it's the first month of the Islamic calendar. And it is the month in which the tragedy of Karbala took place. How many of us went to mosque during the first 10 days of Muharram? Did you go to mosque? Yeah? Or masjid?
Sometimes.
Yeah, you went. Well done. So you went to Mehfil or you went to the workshop in the ladies section, right? So we all went to part in learning about Imam Hussein and what happened to Imam Hussein, right? Yeah? You know, and did we learn anything when we went to mosque? Did we learn about what happened to Imam Hussein's family, right? Who the naughty people were, right? We all learned something. So in the next few sessions of Babul Ilm, we are going to focus on some of the lessons that we learned from Karbala. And just before we start, we are going to do a short story about the 5 Panjatan, okay? It's the story of the special blanket. All right, are we ready to hear the story of the special blanket? Yes? Okay, all right. Once, the Holy Prophet went to Bibi Fatima's home and he knocked on her door and she went and answered it. He said, Assalamu alayka ya Fatima. They said, Wa alaykum salam ya Abata. What's wrong, my father? You don't look so good. So the Holy Prophet said, I'm not feeling very well. Can you get me my special Yemeni blanket? I want to cover myself in it. So Bibi Fatima went and she got this special Yemeni blanket and she covered her father, the Holy Prophet, with it. And he became nice and warm. And then he wanted to rest for a little while. Bibi Fatima continued to do her work. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Bibi Fatima opened the door. It was Imam Hassan. He said, Assalamu alayki ya ummi. She said, Wa alaykum salam ya qurrata ayn. Oh, the apple of my eye. And then he said, wow, I am getting such a nice smell like flowers. Is my grandfather the Holy Prophet here? And she said, yes, he is. He's in the other room under the Yemeni blanket. So Imam Hassan went to that room. And he said, Assalamu alayka ya Jadda. Assalamu alaykum, my grandfather, the Holy Prophet. He said, Wa alaykum salam, O Hassan. Imam Hassan said, can I come in the blanket with you, oh my dear grandfather? What do you think the Prophet said? He said, yes, you can. And Imam Hassan went into the blanket with his grandfather. After a little while, there was a knock on the door again. This time, who was it? Imam Hussein alayhi salam. That's right. Imam Hussein said, Assalamu alayki ya ummi. Assalamu alaykum, my dear mother. She said, Wa alaykum salam ya qurrata ayn. Apple of my eye. And he said, wow, I smell a beautiful smell in the house. Is my grandfather the Holy Prophet here? And she said, yes, he's in the Yemeni blanket with your brother Hassan. So Imam Hussein went to the room where the Prophet and Imam Hassan were resting. He said, Assalamu alayka ya Jadda. Wa alaykum salam ya Hussein. He said, can I come in the blanket with you, please? What did the Prophet say? Yes, you can. So Imam Hussein went into the Yemeni blanket as well. After a few moments, there was a knock on the door again. Who was it this time? It was Imam Ali alayhi salam. said, Assalamu alayka ya bint Rasulillah. And she said, Wa alaykum salam ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. He said, wow, I can smell a beautiful smell in this house. Is your father the Holy Prophet in the house? And she said, yes. He is in the room under the Yemeni blanket with Hassan and Hussein. So Imam Ali went to the room where the Holy Prophet was. And he said, Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. The Holy Prophet replied and said, Wa alaykum salam ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Can I join you in the blanket? The Prophet said, yes, you can. And Imam Ali joined them in the special Yemeni blanket. Now there are 4 people in the blanket. And 1 more needs to go in there. And who is that? Baby Fatima. She said, Assalamu alayka ya Abata. He said, Wa alaykum salam. Can I join you in the blanket? Yes, of course you can, my dear daughter. And now there were 5 special people under the blanket. Who are these 5 special people known as? The Panjatan. That's right. Even Angel Jibreel asked Allah, who are these people under the blanket? And he said, it's Fatima, her father, her husband, and her 2 sons, right? So it's Prophet Muhammad, Imam Ali, Bibi Fatima, Imam Hassan, and Imam Hussein, the 5 special people under the Yemeni blanket. And then Angel Jibreel asked if he could go down to see the 5 Panjatan. And he told the Prophet that Allah has made this whole world in your love. And he said, can I come in the blanket with you too? And the Holy Prophet said, of course you can. And Angel Jibreel said that Allah has made the earth, the sun, the skies, the stars, the moon, everything for the love of the 5 Panjatan. And He has made you so pure with a special purity. And whoever recites this story in any gathering or any majlis, Allah will remove all the bad things from their home and all the illnesses from their home and protect them every single day. That's the special story of the Yemeni blanket. Did you all enjoy that story? Yes? So whenever we go to majlis and Hadith Qissa is being recited, we will sit and we will try and listen because it has so many blessings. Whoever listens to Hadith Qissa, the angels come down and listen with them. Okay? All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to a marthia that one of our very own children has recited. Okay? So we're all going to listen to it together.
मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने, हर तमाचे पे सकीना ने पुकारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा, मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे, मुझे बालों से पकड़ कर है तमाचे मारे, मैंने सर शिमर से मांगा जो तुम्हारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने मारा बाबा, वो जो दुआ अपने तोहफे में मुझे बख्शे थे, वो जो दुआ अपने तोहफे में मुझे बख्शे थे, उनको बेदर्दी से जालिम ने उठारा बाबा, जब मुझे आपके कातिल ने है मारा बाबा।
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajal. beautiful recitation. Thank you so much for sharing with us your beautiful voice. So, whenever we start these sessions, especially in the month of Muharram and Safar, we are going to start by sending our salam to Imam Hussein and the companions of Imam Hussein, inshallah. So, I want us all to recite together, okay? Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. Oh Allah, send your blessings on Imam Hussein and Ali ibn al-Hussein and the sons of Imam Hussein and the companions of Imam Hussein, inshallah. So every year in the month of Muharram, we all gather together, we wear black clothes, and in huge numbers, we all go to the mosque, right? And we remember our third Imam, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and his family, and the tragedy that he did to save Islam, right? But I have a question to ask you. When mommy says it's time to go to Methil or it's time to go to mosque, do we go because we're forced to go and we be grumpy and say, oh, mommy, again, I don't want to go every time, I'm tired? Or do we say, yes, I want to go, I want to learn about Imam Hussein, and I want to learn about the stories of Karbala, right? So there are two ways that we can go to mosque. Either we go because we're forced to go, or we go because we want to go and we want to learn about Imam Hussein. And I'm really hoping that we all wanted to go for Majlis, inshallah, okay? Because what happened in Karbala is a lesson for us today as well. Karbala took place thousands of years ago, 1,400 years ago, but we remember it every year until today because it is a promise of Bibi Fatima that we will remember her son until the end of time, inshallah. Her son, Imam Hussein, and the sacrifice he made will always be remembered, okay? So there are so many people who we can learn lessons from in Karbala, okay? We have Hazrat Hur, right? What happened to Hazrat Hur? He was in Yazid's army. He was a naughty man. But then what happened on the night before Karbala? He said, oh no, I can't be in Yazid's army. Yazid is the wrong one. And if I'm in his army, I'm not going to go to Jannah, right? And he said, I must go to Imam Hussein and ask for forgiveness. And that's exactly what he did. He went to Imam Hussein and he told Imam Hussein, I'm so sorry, will you forgive me? What did Imam Hussein say? No. It's because of you I have come to Karbala. Is that what Imam Hussein said? No, Imam Hussein said, of course I forgive you. And you are free in this world and you are free in the hereafter. So what do we learn from Hazrat Hur? That it's okay to make mistakes sometimes as long as we ask for forgiveness. And Imam Hussein teaches us to forgive other people, right? We all make mistakes. We're all human beings, aren't we? Yes, we are. So we must forgive each other, okay? What about baby Sakina? Little baby Sakina. What did we learn from her? She was only 4 years old in Karbala, younger than most of us here in Babul Ilm. She was so patient and she loved her little baby brother Ali Asghar, didn't she? Right? That even though she didn't get water for 3 days, when she finally got water, who did she first want to give water to? Her baby brother, right? She didn't take the water and gulp it down. No, she said, where is my baby brother? Because the little ones must get water first. So we learn patience from Bibi Sakina. What about Bibi Zainab? Bibi Zainab was so brave that on the night of Sham-e Ghariba, when everyone had been killed and the tents were burning, what did she do? She stood up and she protected the ladies and she protected the children as best as she could, right? So we have to take these lessons from Karbala and try and practice them today. So today, we are going to learn about loyalty and how we can learn that from Karbala and be like that in our lives today. But before we start, I have a special Marcia for you that we're going to play.
All right, my friends, when I say Ya Hussein, what is the first thing that comes to your minds?
He always listens to Allah.
He is the light of guidance and the ship of salvation.
Are you trying to say that Imam Hussein is your heartbeat?
We are Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We are Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We wish to be like repentant Hur, who knew that forgiveness is the key. It's the way to get closer to the one and only Almighty. We wish to be like old Habib, who left Kufa so swiftly, embracing his best friend's letter. He fought ever so bravely. Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We are Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We wish to be like the valiant brothers on Muhammad, Nur of Ali, superior young warriors. Sayyida Zainab, they did embody. We wish to be like noble Qasim, standing proud on the battlefield. The son of beloved Hassan, never did he let evil yield. Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We are Husseini, Husseini, Husseini. We are Abbasi and Zainabi. We wish to be like great Akbar, who called Adhan Ashura Day. He prayed on time, and when he died, the light of Imam wilted
enjoy that? Yeah. Just tells us how we want to be like the companions of Imam Hussein in Karbala, right? Alhamdulillah. So today we're going to be talking about loyalty. Imam Hussein only had 72 companions in Karbala with him. Only how many? 72. And Yazid's army had tens of thousands of people, right? But did Imam Hussein's companions run away and be scared? No, they didn't. They stood by him. Do you know what happened? On the eve of Ashura, the night before the 10th day of Muharram, Imam gathered all his companions in his tent, and he had some candles that were on. He told his companions, look, you're all very, very special to me, but Yazid wants to kill only me. So if you want to go, you can go. I'm allowing you to leave. I'm going to switch off the candles so then I don't see who leaves and you don't have to be embarrassed. Imam Hussein switched off the candles. And then after a few moments, when he switched them back on, do you think anybody had left? No, they all stayed there. And they all said, no way, Imam. We are going to stand by you. We are going to fight by your side against the enemy. Can you believe the kind of loyalty the companions of Imam Hussein had? So to be loyal means to be committed and to stand by someone who you love, someone who is your leader, as long as they are in the truth and they're not doing anything haram, right? Okay, another example of loyalty is some of the companions that night. For example, Muslim ibn Awsija, he said, I will never be separated from you, O my Imam, until I become a shaheed in your cause. And then Zuhair ibn Qaym said, I swear by Allah, if these enemies want to kill me 1,000 times over and over again, I will still be by your side. Imagine that. How amazing were the companions of Imam Hussein. Amazing, right? Then there was another very special person. He was the friend of Imam Hussein since Imam Hussein was a little boy. Does anybody know what his name was? Habib ibn Madahir. Imam Hussein and Bibi Zainab were in Karbala when all the enemy's army started coming in, thousands and thousands of them. Bibi Zainab asked Imam Hussein, do we have anybody who can come and join our army? And Imam Hussein wrote a letter to his friend Habib to Kufa. As soon as Habib received that letter, he did not think twice. He quickly grabbed his sword, took his horse, and rushed towards Karbala to help Imam Hussein. He was loyal to his best friend. Now we need to ask ourselves a question. Are we loyal? And how can we be loyal? How can we be loyal to the Imam of our time? Who is the Imam of our time? Imam Mahdi Ajalallahu Ta'ala Faraja. How am I loyal to Imam Mahdi? Do I remember Imam Mahdi every day? How can we remember Imam Mahdi? We can recite Dua Hujjat, which we all know. We can wake up in the morning and say salam to our Imam, right? And we must try and be good. Yes, like pray our salah, give charity, right? And stand up. If someone insults our religion or someone says something bad about Imam, we must stand up and say, no, that is not the truth, right? That is us being loyal to our Imam. And then learning about our religion is so important. So I'm sure we all go to madrasa, don't we? And the fact that you all come to Babul Ilm as well is a way of you learning about your religion. So thumbs up to all of you today. And being kind and always supporting our family members, whether it's our parents, our brothers, our sisters. These are all simple ways in which we can be loyal, okay? So today we're going to learn especially about one person in Karbala who was known for his loyalty and his bravery. Can you guess who I'm talking about? Can you put the thumbs up so I can see it? Yeah, can you put a thumbs up if you know who I'm talking about? Okay, so we are talking about Hazrat Abbas. You know, Hazrat Abbas was known as Baba Father, means the one who was the most loyal. All right. And what kind of loyalty did Hazrat Abbas have? Should we see? Yeah, Ali, can you change the slide? Hazrat Abbas, his mom was Baneen. And baby Baneen was in the same family or same tribe as Shimmer. Okay, do you know who Shimmer was? He was a horrible, naughty man who was in Yazid's army. Okay, on the night of Ashura, Shimmer came to the tents of Imam Hussein and he called Hazrat Abbas to him and he said, look, you are from the family of Baneen. Baneen is part of our tribe. We are granting you security. You can live in peace. We will not kill you. Hazrat Abbas got so angry and he told Shimmer, shame on you, Shimmer. You want me to go away and be safe when the grandson of the Holy Prophet has his life in danger? Go away from here. I don't want to see you anymore. Right? What would we have done? Run away. Oh, I'm scared. Or would we have stood like Hazrat Abbas and been there for our Imam? Right? That shows the loyalty of Hazrat Abbas. On the day of Ashura, when all the children were crying, Al-Atash, we're thirsty, we're thirsty. Hazrat Abbas went to Imam Hussein and he said, oh Imam, let me go and get water for the children. And that's when Imam Hussein said, okay, Hazrat Abbas, you can go and get water. Hazrat Abbas took his alam and his mashk, which carries the water, and he jumped onto his horse and he raced towards the river Furat. And he was so strong and he was so powerful that no enemy dared to even come in front of him. He reached the water bank. And how many days was Hazrat Abbas thirsty for? 3 days. So when he reached the water, he touched the water and brought it up in his hands. What would we have done? If you are thirsty for even 1 day, when we fast in Ramadan, how thirsty do we get? And we're only fasting for a few hours, right? By the end, we want to eat our food and we want to drink our water, right? We don't care about anything else. They were thirsty for 3 whole days and the sun was so hot. Hazrat Abbas picked the water up in his hands. Do you think he drank it? No way. He said, how can I drink this water when my Imam is thirsty? How can I drink this water when all the little children in the tents are thirsty? So he filled the mashk with water and he tried to go back to the tent. Did he make it back to the tent? No, he didn't, right? The enemies were such cowards. They couldn't face Hazrat Abbas head on because they knew Hazrat Abbas was too strong a warrior. So they hid in the bushes. They hid in the bushes and they were being sly, right? And one horrible enemy struck Hazrat Abbas and his right arm fell off. And Hazrat Abbas held the water mashk with his mouth. And then they took away his other arm. And that's when the alam fell, right? And Hazrat Abbas still tried and tried his best to get to the tent as quick as he could, but he didn't manage to get the water to the tent because the enemies attacked him. And then he fell from his horse. And Imam Hussein went to Hazrat Abbas and held him tight. And Hazrat Abbas said, oh Imam, don't take my body to the tent. I am ashamed. I didn't manage to get water for little Sakina. Imagine the loyalty of Hazrat Abbas till the very end of his life towards his Imam. Isn't that amazing loyalty? Right? Can we try even a little bit to be like Hazrat Abbas? and be loyal to our parents and our friends and our family and be loyal to the Imam of our time? Yes? So that the sacrifice of Hazrat Abbas can mean something, right? Well done. So what we're going to do now, before our activity, we're going to listen to one reflection from one of you, okay? And inshallah, I will be playing all these reflections every week. But stay here because after we listen to this, we're going to do our activity.
Assalamu alaikum. What lessons have I learned from the tragedy of Karbala? The tragedy of Karbala has brought a great impact on me. There are so many lessons I've learned from the tragedy of Karbala, but only a few which I'll mention, which are kindness, bravery, hijab, and the most important one to me is patience. We need to be patient in our daily lives and always be content with whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. For patience, we have a great example, which is Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. Even though her household went through so much suffering and being killed, she yet still said, I see nothing but beauty.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely reflection. So she said that we learn patience in Karbala, right? And especially from Bibi Zainab. That's right. Bibi Zainab lost her whole family on one day, right? She lost her brothers, she lost her sons, On and Muhammad, she lost her nephews, but she stood firm and she stood strong, didn't she? She didn't sit in one place and cry. No, the next morning they went from Karbala to Kufa and Kufa to Sham, and they gave the message of Imam Hussein in front of everyone and in the court of Yazid as well, because they wanted the message of Imam Hussein to reach the whole world. Thank you so much for that beautiful reflection. So today for our activity, we are going to honor Hazrat Abbas. Hazrat Abbas lost his two arms in Karbala. So today what I want you to do is get your paper out and your markers, and we are going to make a pledge to Hazrat Abbas that we are going to use our hands to do good in this world, okay? So we're going to take our papers. You need a plain piece of paper and you need some markers, okay? Markers or colors, whatever you wish. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw an outline of our hands. Can you draw an outline of your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, put your hand on the paper.
It's
It's okay, try. It doesn't have to be perfect. Try and do an outline of your hand. And then show it to me when you're done, okay? Can I see your hands? Have you done your outline? And show them now. Yeah, it's just a simple outline of your hand, okay? Give me a thumbs up when you've done it or show it to me. Thank you, Abbas Ali. That's lovely. And Sumana Fatima. And Samana. And Sakina, well done. Okay. Are the rest of us done too? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put our name in the middle of the hand on the palm part. Put your name in the middle, okay? And now on each finger, we are going to write what we are going to do with our hands to make Hazrat Abbas happy. Okay, so what are some of the things that we can do with our hands? Can we help our parents?
give food to poor
People, yeah, to give food to the poor people. Very good. So we can write that on one finger. So you can just turn it this way and write here, give food to the needy. Yeah, help the poor. You can write help the poor or give food to the poor people. Okay, so that's one way that we can help, right? Anyone else? Anyone else has a suggestion? What can we do with our hands? Who has a suggestion? So one of the things we can do is help the poor people. What else can we do? Anyone else? How about help our parents? Yeah? Help our parents at home. Maybe we can pick up our plate after we're done eating, right? Or we can put our clothes in the laundry basket instead of throwing them on the floor. Yeah, what do you think? Yes, so the second finger can be help my parents. Yes, Ali, well done. Help others clean. Excellent. So you can write your suggestions in the chat box, okay? Give everyone water. Very good. Yes. And can we remember Imam Hussein when we have the water? Yes, because Imam Hussein was so thirsty, wasn't he? And he said, when my Shias drink water, ask them to remember me. So in the month of Muharram, we'll try and give water to as many people as we can, okay? Very good, that's 3 fingers done. We need 2 more suggestions. How about playing nicely with my brothers and sisters? Yeah? We shouldn't hit them, okay, or snatch from them. Can't use our hands for hitting or snatching, right? Okay, so playing nicely with my brothers and sisters. And one last one. How about picking up garbage that we see lying around? Yeah, so we can keep this earth clean. Remember when we did the story of the Yemeni blanket? We said that this earth is made in the love of the Panjatan. So can we mess up this earth? No, we shouldn't, right? We must respect the earth, okay? So we have to try and keep it clean as much as we can. And then what you can do is color in your hand, okay? And then I want you to take a picture of you with it and send it to me, okay? So that I can share it on next week's video. All right? Can you all do that for me? Give me a thumbs up if you can do that for me. Yes? Well done. Thank you. And now we're going to finish off with Matam, okay? And then you guys can finish the activity at your own time today. Okay, are we all ready for Matam? Yes? Okay. Ya Hussein. Ya Hussein. Aina al-Hussein. Ey Jaan Zahra. Mazloom Hussein. Aina al-Hussein. Ey Jaan Zahra. Mazloom Hussein. कहाँ हो कहाँ जन्नत से आई हूँ सुन लो पुकार ज़हरा की करबल में नोहा गुना शिद्दत से करती थी गम को बयां माँ को दिखा दे तू चेहरा हुसैन ऐ जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन ऐना ऐना ऐन al-Hussein ऐ जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन कासिम नहीं मेरा अकबर नहीं ओना मोहम्मद वो असगर नहीं लाशे है बिखरी मगर सर नहीं सर पर सकीना के चादर नहीं हाल उठ गया तेरा कुनबा हुसैन ए जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन ऐना ऐना ऐन al-Hussein ए जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन सोचा न जाए ऐसा होगा कभी बेमखना रह जाए ज़ैनब मेरी किस जुर्म की ये सजा मिल गई कैदी बने आज बिनते अली दुश्मन न समझेगा रुतबा हुसैन ऐ जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन ऐना ऐना ऐन al-Hussein ऐ जाने ज़हरा मजलूम हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन या हुसैन Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil faraja. Thank you all so much for joining today. And inshallah, I'll see you all next week. Please send me your photos and I'll put them in next week's session, inshallah. Okay? Take care, everybody. See you soon. Khuda Hafiz.